Why does your cat lick you at night? And why is it not actually the affection you think it is? Most owners believe it's just love or a quirky way of bonding, but it is not that simple. What your cat is doing has a deeper purpose, one rooted in instincts far older than their life with you indoors. Today, we'll uncover the real reasons behind this behavior and how to respond without breaking the powerful trust your cat places in you. 1. The red flag, lick you must not ignore. Why would a cat lick you at night if it is not about love at all? This is the part most owners never consider, and it is where the real danger hides. Sometimes those late-night licks are not affection. They are a signal of discomfort. Cats use repetitive licking when they feel nauseous, when dental pain keeps them awake, or when stress turns into compulsion. And here's where it gets serious. If your cat's licking feels restless, constant, or desperate, it is not a quirk. It is a cry for help. They cannot tell you their stomach hurts, or that something in the environment is triggering anxiety. Licking you becomes their only outlet, their silent alarm. The mistake many owners make is brushing it off as clinginess. But think about it. Why would your cat choose the middle of the night, when everything is quiet, to suddenly start? That timing matters. It is when discomfort becomes impossible to ignore. Pay attention to whether the licking is paired with other subtle red flags: drooling, sudden appetite changes, hiding during the day but being restless at night. Those are not signs of bonding, they are signs of pain. This is why you cannot ignore it. Loving your cat means noticing the difference between sweet grooming and a warning you need to act on. And in just a moment, I'll talk about another reason for night licking that has nothing to do with pain, but everything to do with what your cat secretly leans on you for when they feel anxious. 2. Anxiety offload on you. Why would your cat choose you in the middle of the night as the place to dump all their stress? Because for them, your skin, your heartbeat, and your smell are the safest anchors they know. Licking is not only about grooming, it is also a built-in self-soothing behavior. When your cat feels restless or unsettled, the rhythm of licking you calms their nervous system the same way a human might bite their nails or tap their foot. The problem is that you rarely see the anxiety itself, you only see the symptom. Nighttime licking can be your cat's way of saying, "I cannot handle this alone." Maybe a new noise in the house set them off, maybe a change in routine unsettled them, or maybe they just carry hidden tension that only shows up when the world goes quiet. And here is the twist. The more you pull away from it, the more anxious they can become. To your cat, rejection at that moment feels like losing their emotional lifeline. That is why understanding the difference matters. If the licking is slow, repetitive, and tied to pressing against you for comfort, you are watching your cat unload their stress onto you. The kindest thing you can do is not punishment, but adjusting their environment so they feel safer. More play before bed, a stable nighttime routine, or calming scents that remind them the space is secure. And hey, before we move to the next one, make sure to hit like and subscribe so we can get this video to more people who love their cats as much as you do. 3. You're not just a person, you're their cat family. What if your cat actually sees you the same way they see their mother or siblings? That is what nighttime licking reveals. In the feline world, grooming is not casual. It is reserved for family and the closest of allies. By licking you in the quiet hours, your cat is pulling you into that circle, declaring you are not just their owner, you are part of their chosen family. It makes sense that they do it at night. When you are still and finally calm, your cat sees the chance to share the same ritual they would with trusted companions in the wild. Grooming is their language for "you belong with me." This is not just sweet affection, it is instinct. And once you see it that way, you realize that every late-night lick is your cat confirming that you are home to them in the deepest possible way. 4. Love overflow and the flip to nibbles. Why would your cat go from licking you sweetly to suddenly giving a little bite? This shift often confuses owners, but it makes perfect sense in cat language. Licking is soothing, but when affection rises past a certain point, it can spill over into overstimulation. That is when your cat's tongue changes into teeth. Think about how quickly cats can switch moods when playing. The same thing happens with grooming. They start by showing love, but as the sensation builds, their nervous system flips into play or defense mode, and a small nip comes out. It is not malice. It is a limit. Your cat is telling you, "I love you," but that is enough for now. The mistake is ignoring these early signs, the tail twitch, the ears flicking back, and only reacting when the bite comes. If you can catch the moment before the nip, you protect the cuddle session and show your cat you understand their language. That is how you turn what could feel like rejection into deeper trust. 5. Merging scents, merging lives. Have you ever wondered why your cat insists on licking you as if they are trying to claim you? That is exactly what is happening. Cats use their tongues the same way they use their scent glands to merge identities. By licking you, they are blending your smell with theirs, creating a shared signature that says, "We are one family." Night makes this even more important. By then, you are covered in the day's scents, food, work, the outside world. To your cat, that smells like distance. Their response is simple. They erase it and remark you so you smell like home again. It is not just a quirky habit. It is instinct, and it is how cats create safety in a group. By grooming you, they are reaffirming your bond, making sure you carry the same scent that marks you as part of their clan. 6. The gentle alarm clock they trained you to obey. How did your cat figure out that licking you is the perfect way to get you moving? Because every time you reacted, you taught them it works. Maybe you shifted to give them space. Maybe you got up to check their food bowl. Maybe you even laughed and gave them attention. To a cat, that is all proof that licking is a powerful tool. Over time, those little moments become a pattern. Your cat learns that licking is a silent alarm clock, one that goes off whenever they want something from you. And once a cat discovers a method that works, they rarely let it go. It is funny to think about, but in those moments, you are not training your cat, they are training you. If you ever wondered why the habit is so persistent, it is because you already confirmed to them that licking gets results. 8. Kitten imprints that never quite grew up. Why would an adult cat lick you at night the same way a kitten licks its mother? The answer often lies in their early life. Cats that were weaned too early or raised by hand instead of with their mother sometimes hold on to kitten behaviors well into adulthood. Licking, kneading, and even gentle suckling on your skin or clothes can all be signs of that imprint. For them, the habit never faded because it gave comfort during a vulnerable stage. And now, you have become the substitute for that early bond. At night, when the world is quiet and their instinct for safety rises, they turn to you to repeat what once soothed them as kittens. It might look unusual, but it is not a flaw. It is your cat's way of leaning on you for the same security they once needed from their mother. The key is to guide the behavior without shaming them, offering alternatives like a soft blanket, a textured pillow, or even a plush toy they can redirect that comfort onto. 9. Sleep cycles, warmth, and more. Why does it always feel like your cat waits until the middle of the night to start licking you? It is not random. Cats are naturally crepuscular, which means their peak activity hits at dawn and dusk. While you are in your deepest sleep cycle, your cat is wide awake, alert, and looking for connection. To them, your stillness at 3 a.m. feels like the perfect invitation. Add warmth to the mix, and the timing makes even more sense. Your skin, your breath, the heat of your body under the blankets, it all draws your cat in. Licking is their way of interacting when the environment is calm and you are not moving around. The result is that your cat's natural rhythms collide with your sleep schedule. What feels like a strange habit is actually instinct meeting opportunity. Once you see it that way, it is easier to understand why the behavior keeps happening and how to manage it without confusing your cat. 10. The 30-second night routine that ends the face lick alarm. What if you could stop the nighttime licking without pushing your cat away? The truth is, you can, and it takes less than a minute before bed. Cats that lick at night are usually seeking one of 3 things: comfort, security, or stimulation. If you meet those needs before you lie down, the habit fades without breaking their trust. Here is the routine. Spend a few minutes on play, enough to burn energy and mimic the hunt. Then offer a small snack or treat so their belly tells them it is safe to rest. Refresh their water, set out a favorite blanket or toy, and finally give them a quick grooming session with a brush or a textured glove. In just 30 seconds, you check off every box. Their body feels satisfied, their mind feels calm, and their need for bonding is already met. By the time you go to bed, you have given them the very things they would otherwise try to claim from you at 3 a.m. It is simple, but it works because it speaks your cat's language. And once you use it, you will notice how much easier it is to sleep without losing the closeness that licking was meant to express.